Leviticus 24:15. The Bible says, "And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, Whosoever curseth his God shall bear his sin. And he that blasphemeth the name of the Lord, he shall surely be put to death. And all the congregation shall certainly stone him, as well the stranger as he that is born in the land, when he blasphemeth the name of the Lord, shall be put to death." King James, the one who authorized the translation of our perfect, inspired, preserved King James 1611 Bible, is often accused of many false accusations by the critics of the King James only movement. Of course, one of the most famous, probably the most famous accusation against King James is that he was a homosexual, which is a false accusation. It was a rumor and a slanderous lie started by Sir Anthony Weldon, who was a disgraced knight kicked out of King James's knighthood. But another false accusation is that King James murdered Baptists, that he burned us Baptists at the stake. While it is true that King James was not fond of Baptists, and it is true that King James was an Anglican who practiced infant baptism, it is not true that King James executed Baptists simply for being Baptists. Now, there were some who claimed to be Baptists whom he executed, but their execution was not for being Baptist. It was not for practicing believers' baptism and rejecting infant baptism, even though he wasn't too fond of those people. He did not murder them. He did not execute them simply for that belief. He just simply disliked them. And sometimes he would fine them or put them in prison over certain things, but not kill them. The one case of a professed Baptist who was executed by King James for heresy was Edward Wightman. Edward Wightman was a radical Baptist, but he was Baptist only in name, not in doctrine. While Edward Wightman rightly and correctly opposed the false teaching and false practice of infant baptism, which is why he was called a Baptist, because he only baptized adults. Edward Wightman, unfortunately, denied the Trinity, denied the deity of Christ, denied the resurrection of Christ, denied an eternally burning hell, and also took a step further and actually claimed to be Jesus Christ returned in the flesh. So Edward Wightman was another Jim Jones, another David Koresh, another Charles Manson in his own time, instead of, way before their times, actually, before they were even around. He was like unto them. He claimed to be Jesus Christ on the earth, and he cursed and blasphemed the God of the Old Testament. He cursed and blasphemed the God of Israel and the God of the Scriptures. So under the law of God, because he cursed God, and not only did he curse God, but he also claimed to be God. He claimed to be Christ on the earth. By the law of God, Edward Wightman actually earned the death penalty. And so King James was not executing him for being a Baptist. He was not executing him for practicing believers' baptism instead of infant baptism. And he was not executing him for not believing in a state church like the Anglicans and the Catholics did, like they held to. No, Edward Wightman was executed for cursing the name of the Lord and for claiming to be the Lord on the earth and for denying that the Lord rose from the dead. That's why he was executed. So next time somebody tries to say that King James killed Baptists, you can go ahead and tell them they're a liar, because he did not kill Baptists simply for being Baptist. Any Baptists that King James did execute, they were executed for other reasons besides their Baptist or professed Baptist faith. So King James was falsely accused in that regard. Thank you, and God bless you.